So today is February 12th. It's Gucci Mane's birthday. So when we go into the mains, it's going to be a ritual. So you know Gucci Mane, his girlfriend, his wife, Keisha Kior, she was like, she had to get him, hospital napped. So a lot of times, if you're bipolar, schizophrenic, autism, Down syndrome, whatever spiritual thing you might have that is also a mental health thing, there is a ritual for that, right? So this ritual is called Parentalia, Paralia, Lupercalia, lemuria. There's different rituals. So with Gucci Mane, there is a ritual, and actually it's called the Manes, like Gucci Mane. We're going to the year of the horse, the fire horse, starting on January 17th. So you definitely want to know, because when you go to sleep tonight, you might have some dreams between now and February 21st is when they're going to try to awaken all the Lemurians. Lemuria came before Atlantis, so you definitely want to stay tuned if you think you're Lemurian, which is like the little mermaids of the world. So here it is. You can press pause and read. I was hospital napped February 13th, so they got me in 2019. And when they got me, it was like Jeffrey Epstein Island type of got me on a military base. And I was like, I know they're doing all these things. The kids, they're in trouble. I was posting on Facebook, like everything I could see. And I was like, you know what? I need to calm down and figure out what's actually happening, because at this time I didn't know about parentalia. So parentalia is like the parent trap, right? They try to trap the parents of the Lemurians. And they were doing ritual, getting married on this day, which this is illegal, or out of the ritual to get married around this time from February 13th to February 21st. So they basically go into the spiritual realm and try to wake up the energy of the heads of the family of the dead, right? So you can press pause and read and look more about it. I'm not going to go into specifics. Just know February 13th to the 21st is a lot of rituals happening, and that was when I was hospital napped. So I want to warn you guys that since they need more watts, they need more energy, they're going to be powering up the next 2 weeks. And you don't want to be got. So you want to not be like right now, I Love Memphis or Vanderbeek or Arnold from Three Doors Down. You want to, if you have cancer, if you're sick, if you are in trouble, if you're going through spiritual awakening, protect your energy, stay calm, sit down somewhere for the next 2 weeks, and try not, and if you see your family members acting a little bit interesting, say, you're going to go sit down over there for a couple of weeks, because we know you're awakening, but you go sit over there, okay? Because that's what you're going to need, because they're going to try to power everybody's up. They need energy. So Young and Ace also has the same birthday as February 12th as Gucci Mane. Abe Lincoln, February 12th to April 15th. April 14th, 15th is when the Titanic went down. Vanderbeek passed away from Dawson's Creek. Up Schitt's Creek, the lady from there, Captain O'Hara passed away. So they know they're going down the Titanic. So Dawson's Creek, like Dawson from the Titanic, right? Leonardo DiCaprio's energy. So Shannon Ryan, she has December 12th birthday, which is 121. He has 212. So when I think about like 121, Shannon Ryan, I'm like, interesting. They have the same numbers. There's a guy named Shannon Ryan that was accused of taking Layla Cabot and her son. And he kind of looks like a witch. He's like a witch doctor. So he's doing witchcraft, and he's reminding me of Gucci Mane. So when you see energies on people, sometimes there's energies in the spiritual realm that are kind of hanging on to people. I feel like this energy's hanging on to him. So his wife's like, we got to do exorcism, and we got to get you meds because there's an energy on you. You're probably going to be numb, but they're trying to get you to be that sacrificial, thing. So Shannon Tatum reminds me of enchanting. So it's kind of like this energy of Blink, the movie, Blink twice. Melania Trump, 7/20, her birthday and his death day is like a portal. I think like June 26th. Shannon Tatum, it's like these energies here. They use energies in the spiritual realm to connect to others. So when I see this energy, I'm thinking it's the same type of energy. You have Deborah Ante, March 10th. March 10th is also the birthday or portal. March 6th and March 10th of Harriet Tubman. So you think about Whitney Houston passing away in the tub on 211, which is like, 211 could be 12-1, which is Aleister Crowley's portal as well. So you're thinking like spiritual consciousness. You could be free, but if your brain's not free, you're not free. The ant, the Ant-Man, the hive, the energy, okay? The queen bee. This is Deborah, which is Waka Flocka's mom, who used to handle Waka Flocka and Gucci Mane before they broke up. So when you see this energy, just think about the energy of the witch doctor who took Layla Cabot and what they really want him to do, but, they trying to possess his energy to do it. the witch doctor, the chipmunks, okay, the singers, the puppeteers. They want to take all these singers, rappers, actors, musicians, anybody talented, and puppeteer them. And it's that Jeffrey Epstein Island, that artificial intelligence robotics that they try to do with genetics and DNA and CRISPR. So just look at Parentalia and the dates and be aware that it's starting now. Okay, February 13th to the 21st. It's Ovid. It's the sleep realm. It's where they come in and try to wake you up or try to get your senses too high where you get to get hospital napped. So again, press pause, read, Gucci Mane. This is the power. So Christina Ricci, think about the movie she's in. Think about what she's in and what she plays in. Parentalia, February 12th, okay? So then Rihanna, when you see her pop up a lot around this time, it's because her birthday is in the ritual. As well as Mitch McConnell, February 20th, and Kentucky's where the hospital napped me. So you already know Mitch McConnell, Rihanna. If you look up something called the Hopkinsville, Kentucky encounter with these green goblins, where they had like a whole entire military base, Fort Campbell, and they thought that there was aliens. A lot going on, but there is a lot of energy with Edgar Casey, who talks about lemuria. Look up Edgar Casey, and Helena Blavatsky, who talks about lemuria. And they're in the energy of Kentucky because that's the whole portal. And when I think about Farelia, I think about like Faria, like coloring your hair. So think about red and blonde and blue eyes. Those are like all genetic codes. Scottish Freemasonry, Irish, Scottish heritage, things you might have in you. So Parentalia, think about like dies, people passing away, Ovid. It's part of the lemuria, which is between May 9th and May 13th. Like Romulus. Again, you look into these rituals, then at least when they come, you'll be ready. So think about the Parent Trap, okay? It's like same energy. The twins, there's yourself and your astral self. Think about the Us movie, and there's two of you guys, right? It is one over there that wants to live your life over here. So then you go to Natasha Richardson, who passed away 5/11, which is part of that ritual for lemuria. Then think about like all the people who passed away and all their birthdays. July 7th, Parent Trap, April Fools. Think about Osiris ritual. 27 is Gematria. So think about Parent Trap and Camp Walden. Think about Camp Mystic over in Texas that got flooded out. Those were elite kids that got flooded out. This is the energy that you're getting from them. Peter Parker, Anansi, these are different things and spirituals that come through this. So when you watch this, think about Camp Sealy. Think about Sealy, the color purple. Think about the other twins, the original movie, having blonde hair, blue eyes, red hair. Those are all DNAs that travel very well on spiritual realm. If you're connecting a computer to the internet, to the DNA, to the genome, to the CRISPR, like Epstein Island was doing, then you're going to want to connect to the children who go to heaven of the DNA. So a lot of children that they take are going to be from the genetics they need to travel into heaven quickly and fastly through spiritual travel and psychic connections. So Natasha Richardson was with Dennis Quaid in the movie, right? Dennis Quaid had his daughter working at the Camp Mystic when it flooded. And just think of the last name, Peter Parker, Halle Bailey, Hades Comet. Think about the Parent Trap looking like two twin towers of communication. Think about her crossing her fingers like DMX does and Eminem does, like it's a ritual. The Egyptian pharaohs that were women would cross their fingers when their mummies would pass away. They would put their fingers like that. So again, May 11th, May 12th, May 13th, when you see those dates and keep passing away, our TV show starting around that time, like Dawson's Creek, May 14th, part of the rituals. The Ice Saints, Isis. So you have Black China, 5/11, Ice Saints. 5/11, 5/12, 5/13. SNAP, the cold snap. They're always trying to take away SNAP benefits. SNAP, the astral snap, the Stano snap. They're trying to take away the lives. So remember, these dates are important because they're going to be part of another awakening. So if you're born around this time or you're awake around this time, just remember, just like February 13th tonight, this is going to be a ritual as well. So like the cold snap, the last cold snap they have. Cold Sophia, Saint Sophia, Pisces Sophia, Wisdom, Energy, the Owl, the Super Bowl, Nephthys, Pisces, the Shining, okay? They want to see who's shining, who's the chosen ones, who could see the energy. So people to keep aware of that, they'll probably bring up Ace Hood, Coi Leroy, Black China, Louis Farrakhan. Part of the Ice Saints energy, 5/11, 11/5, you will see the energy in the news. So Shannon Nicole Larry, October 9th to June 11th. She's associated with Coi Leray, Gucci Mane. And you could also see energies on people like Takeoff, reminds me of like Francis Duvall, Papa Doc, right? So these are the same energies. 7/7, when the Jovenel Moise, the president, got taken out on 7/7. So the Papa Doc, Papa Smurf, the Vatican, Debbie Ryan, Cameron Boyce, epilepsy, the Valentine's Day Beekeepers and Epilepsy, and the Lemuria. And the Society of Cincinnati, George Washington, 222, BBB, Big Beautiful Bill.